Morning, everybody. So we put together this Toski. We put the deck together on Saturday last week, and then we played it on Monday. We 5-0'd the only league we played with it. Big idea here is that Sanctum Prelate, it does not turn off your 1-mana removal spell if your 1-mana removal spell is Prismatic Ending. Prelate is pretty good in the metagame, but you can't really, you know, it's kind of hard to have a density of blue cards if you're like playing this white 3-drop. So we're choosing to play, and because you're a Bant Stoneblade deck, your clock is not really fast enough to race decks like Titan, like Tron, like some combo decks. So you need to play Sanctum Prelate and then cards like Thalia, Cephalid Constable as like your interaction if you're not going to be playing any counter spells. And I kind of like the idea of no counter spells right now. Geist with Traft has been really good for me so far. Been surprised with just how well positioned this card feels. And we 5-0'd the only league we play with this deck. We're gonna play at least one today to see how it's feeling. I didn't make any changes. It's, you know, I like the way the list looks. We might make some changes as we go today, but I feel like this is like a very good draft. And we do have a turn 2 Constable here. This hand's very good. Thanks, Chaos Theory. Appreciate ya. What most of 6 on the play. What would I swap out for Endurance in the sideboard? Rest in Pieces or Ashiok's? So these are mostly, honestly, for Dragon Rage's Channelers decks. I don't know that you necessarily need too many Rest in Pieces, because we have these Sanctifiers. So something else that you feel like is good against the Channeler decks, like Ariok Champion, maybe. Well, not a very good Cephalid Constable matchup. I think I'm going to get Hallowed Fountain and Prismatic Ending the Soulscar Mage. Birds of Paradise doesn't usually do that well against turn 1 Soulscar. Morning, everybody. Yeah, I think this list is very spicy. It was also really fun to play. You can't discount having a little bit of fun playing your favorite card game, huh? How many people have done the 1 million channel point redemption? 3 people so far. I'm trying to do I've only redeemed one. I've only actually completed one because it was all pretty recently. The first one was hair dyed pink, although the pink's kind of almost gone now. I might re-dye it though. I really liked it. Zajad, 15 months. Aspiring Spike forever. 100 years forever. Hell yeah. Does my opponent have a 1-mana removal spell for Thalia? Probably do. Yeah, they do. Oh, it's Wednesday, so Lawnmower Day. Man, these constables look embarrassing against these lava darts, dude. My audio keeps like fluctuating. It's probably the lawnmower that's outside, I think. Drinking the same cup over here? Hell yeah, good morning. I might be getting a 3rd cup in a second. We get Mishra's Bauble off iteration. Do they miss their land drop? No, they don't. So they don't have a Swift Spirit or a Darcy. Seems like they have a very threat light hand. Yeah, these are definitely this is definitely a matchup where you slide out the constables. But if they don't have another Soulscar Mage, Toski can, you know, be an indestructible creature. Thanks, Blitz. Yeah, this handful of 1 toughness creatures. I thought that people weren't playing prowess yet. To be fair, there hasn't really been a ton of prowess in the metagame lately. No, I'm not playing Eldarmer's Call. That's a card people keep suggesting. I really don't think you want to play Eldarmer's Call in Bant's decks unless you're playing Aether Vial. Or if you're maybe assembling some kind of combo, and this deck is not doing either of those things. I just don't really feel like this is an Eldarmer's Call deck. It does keep getting suggested though, but I don't really think it's. I think you would have to build the deck pretty differently to be a call deck. But you could build it differently. Sanctum Prelate is definitely the card that really shines in this matchup. 4 main deck Sanctum Prelates, I think, gives us like a much better chance to win this matchup compared to how it used to be. That being said, we're probably losing game 1 here. Magus, thanks for the raid, dude. you're having a good day today. Still waiting for the return of Esper Stoneblade. I've been looking at some Esper Stoneblade too. I've been looking at Esper, thinking about maybe doing a similar thing there where you play either Chalice or Sanctum Prelate. So don't despair. Don't despair. They just passed. We get to draw a card off Toski. Best draw Sanctum Prelate by a lot. Let's go! Oh man, what a swing. Would this be something I'm interested in playing tomorrow? I'm still currently not doing donation decks. I think they're coming back next week. I'll take a look. Probably will play something like that, yeah. You could spend like, you know, maybe next week. Tweak it in if you want to. But donation deck's still currently suspended. Man, I was so lucky last week. Last week they did most of the mowing like right before the stream. I don't know why they did it like an hour earlier than they usually do. I was hopeful that that would be just the norm from now on. So we can chump block with Birds of Paradise and then maybe try to find an Ice-Fang to trade. Toski. Have I played the Footsteps of the Gristlebrand deck? I haven't played it, no. Deck's kind of boring, honestly. Kind of is very... I don't know, because you have to play like so many like dead cards in your deck. You know, you just kind of end up having to like often mulligan to a Markgrave into Persist, and all your draws that don't do that are a lot worse. No. Jeff, Owen is a Cook Lookbook. Deck tech for Jedgi? They have a second Stormwing Entity, are pretty screwed. Oh man. It's unlucky. I feel like they just drew one of those pieces. So we can Maul the Skyclaves, Sanctum Prelate on defense here. I'm on board. I guess I should have attacked first, but my opponent's probably just blocking either way. Should have attacked first. Where was the deck tech, Jed? If you just want to post a link in chat, I'll take a look. Oh, further up, I see. Yeah, it was just like right out of my window of view. I updated Valkyrie control yesterday, 7-2. Cool. Very good record. Spiral's a pretty cool addition here. Spiral plays kind of well with these triomes, you know. You just go ahead and take this block. Take a look. No. Wait, why are they Manamorphosing now? They have a third Manamorphose? It has to be like exactly that, or right? Or like, but they could have hit Iteration to like get lethal here. But they have to have a third Manamorphose. Alright, let's just see if we're dead. I feel like this list looks very good to me. I don't think I'd immediately change almost anything or anything at all. Deck looks really good. I encourage you to keep killing with it. What is my opponent doing? They're tapping into mana here. They must have drawn a creature, right? Do they think that they can cast the spell? Maybe they just don't understand how Prelate works? Maybe it is a creature and they're just... Okay, I don't know. Alright, let's get in with Toski. And then Cephalid Constable might actually be able to... You know, we could equip Maul, bounce 3 other things. I'm excited to try Storm with Wish in Modern. Maybe that card is like that card is a lot worse than any Wish. You know, that card is 3 mana. It puts the card in exile, not in your hand. It's a lot worse than Burning Wish, but there might be something there. I don't know. There might not. But they forgot the first strike. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I don't know why they cast the Manamorphose there. They could have hit Expressive Iteration, which would have just killed us if they had hit it main phase, and there's just like no reason to cast it in combat there. Yeah, like this matchup used to be favored for blue-red, but 4 main deck Prelate just I think really swings things in your favor. And then we're gonna cut the Constables for Sanctifiers, bring in the 3rd Thalia, probably for the 3rd Toski, I think has been my sideboard plan. Oh, we want these endurances too. Probably gonna be maybe cut 2 Geist. Oh, explosives is probably necessary. Can we cut the 2nd bird? This looks pretty good. Yeah, the matchup gets, I think, even a lot better post board too. How's Constable been? So Constable is a really polarizing card, right? Where Constable is, it's kind of like Force of Negation, where it's really good in some matchups and not very good in others. You're kind of playing it instead of Force of Negation in this deck, where this card is like going to be very good against decks like Titan, against some of the Urza Saga decks, against big mana decks, against combo decks. And because you are a Bant Stoneblade deck, you don't have a fast enough clock to erase a lot of those decks, so a card like Cephalid Constable to just bounce all of their lands is usually super impressive. My kingdom for a couple copies of basic planes. Constable seems experimental. It is. I mean, I have played it in the past though, and I have liked it in the past for whatever that's worth. But it certainly is, you know, not for sure the best plan, but this is at least the theory behind playing a card like this. I feel like I would like endurance to the main Constable on the side. Yeah, that's totally reasonable. My problem is like if Constable isn't in the main deck, I feel like those matchups your worst matchups get even worse than they already are. Is my current thinking on it. Which is maybe fine, like, you know, yeah, everybody's got bad matchups. Alright, turn 2. Stormwing would be really bad for us here. Would Pirate Spellbomb be my answer to Sanctifier from Red Black? Maybe. I mean, the thing about that is that any answer you play to Sanctifier is going to be worse than Inquisition of Kozilek or Thoughtseizing their Sanctifiers. Like Pirate Spellbomb, the Sanctifier is like, it's great that it gets it off the field. It's still not, you know, necessarily a game-winning play. And so I might just like either splash white for Prismatic Ending if I was going to do that, or just play like a 3rd Engineered Explosives and not worry too much about it. Shabba, 5 months, appreciate you. I'm eyeballing that Thalia, what's she here for? So the big idea is that Thalia does not really hurt Prismatic Ending that much. And then your only other instant is Dromoka's Command, which, you know, you can cast for 3 mana reasonably, or, you know, play this first. And the idea again is that we're not playing counter spells in this version. We're playing disruptive creatures like Prelate, Constable, Thalia. And I can't stress this enough. You're a Bant deck. You really need to be, you know, in your Bant decks, like your clock just isn't that fast. You need to be playing a disruption that's you know, because you can't race as easily as decks like our opponents can. So I'm not sure what creature I'm playing next. Should probably be a creature. So I guess we could maybe kill Dromoka's Command to kill one of these guys. Do have the deck list. You can always exclamation point deck and chat, and deck list will pop up. Or it should be. Sometimes I don't have it there. We're gonna play Floodplain. Thalia seems decent. I think I want to play Thalia here. This was the land I was gonna fetch for, so don't mind drawing it. Does Thalia interfere with playing Maul? Well, you can just like the idea is that you're gonna Stoneforge for Maul, you can activate Stoneforge. I don't think it's that big a deal. Like Death in Texas plays Thalia and Maul. It's not that big a deal to have like a couple cards that Thalia makes more expensive. Especially because you have, you know, agency over when you deploy your Thalia. Have you considered 2-mana Lavinia? I think Prelate's a lot better than 2-mana Lavinia. Just because, yeah, Lavinia is not that good against a lot of decks. This isn't vintage. The Lightning Bolt Thalia. So they still have 5 cards in their hand. Thoughts on Company? I think Toski is better than Collected Company in this deck, but I feel like Collected Company would be a totally reasonable card to include. So I might just hold up Dromoka's command here, and I might just play Sanctifier. Sanctifier is probably a bit safer. Really nice that this also exiles any darts. Yeah, the main idea behind Dromoka's command being well positioned is that you can sack Urza Saga, but this card is also just like a pretty powerful 2-mana trick. I'm not unhappy to draw this in matchups like this. I think Dromoka's command is a good card. But the big idea behind it being pretty playable is you can make them sack Saga, of course. Sanctifier very good against Darcy. Yeah, Toski's the 4-mana card advantage instead. I think you would choose between Collected Company and Toski, and I think Toski's better. Dromoka's command plus Batterskull is kind of a combo too. Not good. Yeah, Kozilek's return. Actually, no. Dromoka's command stops Kozilek's return, right? Yeah, you can prevent that. But this line is not very good against return. But I think maybe you're just supposed to get got by that sometimes, huh? How's this felt versus the other version with Force Queller? I've only played 1 league with this deck so far, but I did 5-0, and it felt really good to me, so I'm still, you know, forming my opinions, and all that, but I liked it. It felt good. What are my opinions on the modern Enchantress deck? I'm actually kind of a believer in the deck now. That deck I actually feel like is pretty well positioned at the moment, so. Oh, Dromoka's command actually, they get a Soulscar Mage means in combat it deals -1 counters, right? It's kind of a funny draw. So I think because of that, I'm just gonna go main face, Stoneforge, fight. This is pretty bad against Kozilek's return, but okay with that. Michael, 3 months, appreciate you. It's a long time. Welcome back, buddy. Non-combat damage, yeah, no. So this way we do this now before they get to grow this and shrink the Batterskull more. And then I guess we're probably gonna be just equipping onto a Sanctifier next turn. But for now, I'll just leave these back. Play Paper Modern for the first time in a year and a half. Literally half my stores on some version of Modern. Yeah, Prowess seems like to be the like, you know, get into Modern deck. I think that's absolutely going to be true for paper Magic. That blue-red Prowess, mono-red Prowess, white-red Prowess. These are going to be the way you get into Modern without spending, you know, initially like $1,000 on a mid-range control deck. You know. The +1 on the Sanctifier to save it in case of Kozilek. That was maybe like that was probably the better line, yeah. They're gonna double dart Stoneforge. Remember, Dart gets exiled, so they have to cast another one from their hand here. They still get their Surveils though. You can't fight Sanctifier versus Stoneforge Soulscar Mage. Well, you could. I think it's better to fight the Skull because you gain the life. And I don't want to shrink the Sanctifier. Are they just also the way to play tier 1 decks? Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean that's definitely part of it, right? Like the prowess decks are really good. It's also true that people are just gonna play them because the decks are good. Watch the blue red monkey. Yeah. The I made a video for Channel Fireball with the blue red monkey deck. If you guys could go check it out and you know, give it a like or whatever, that'll help me out. Does fighting damage work with protection from red? Oh, it does. Yeah. Good point. I think. Yeah, how does that work actually? I think that you still get to fight, but it just wouldn't deal the damage, and so it doesn't get the counter. That would be my interpretation. One land away from Kaldra. Seems very good against them. My LGS are all aspiring Spike fanboys, while I'm a fanboy for your LGS. How about Rip if I don't have endurance? Well, so I talked about this a bit. Sanctifier is like your, oh, they drew a braid. I guess they found the braid off their surveils. I've talked about this a bit. In my opinion, Sanctifier is your graveyard hate, and then Endurance is like your Dragon Rage's Channeler aggro hate. They put Stormwing in the graveyard. That must be their last card, right? It's not. Or did they just want Stormwing in the graveyard to try to get Delirium? So now if they have an Opt or a Serum Visions, these get Delirious? Yeah, that's a good point. Alright, one good top deck deserves another, huh? Mav, 3 4 11 months. Good morning to you too. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Opponent not demoralized enough to concede yet. Gotta respect that. Is it Monkey Murktide planned for later today? Yeah. Yeah, I think Murktide region is. I'm like a lot higher on the card now with the emergence of the Rakdos deck. Just like Murktide doesn't die to anything in the format. I'm a lot higher on it than I was like 2 weeks ago. Right, no lands. Lands. We already have Maul the Skyclaves. I think I'm just gonna put back Stoneforge. Go turn 2 Constable, turn 3 Maul. How high would I put the red black monkey list? I think it's the best deck in the format. But pretty high. Alright, gonna put our best foot forward here. Kind of scared against Scalding Tarn though. What do you think of this theory? Murktide is much better in Moto than in paper because lots of people haven't updated from Path or Ending in paper. I guess I don't really. I don't know. The Magic Online metagame is like the only real modern metagame in my mind at the moment. Like local game store metagames can be figured out. You know, you can figure out what your local LGS gameplay is gonna look like, but I just wouldn't sweat it too much. Oh, we drew Dromoka's command. We drew Dromoka's command. Wait, they just don't have anything? Turn 2, Cephalid Constable, turn 3 win. What are they playing? Are they Storm? Are they Blue-Red Prowess with the worst draw ever? I think against all of these decks, I'm going to want Sanctifiers. I'm probably not going to want Constables on the draw, even though it was 3 mana win the game. I think I'm going to want Endurance against these decks too. Thalia as well. Trim Toski. from Geist. I don't really like lead Spellbinder that much. I've tried in the past and haven't been impressed by it. Yeah, I don't want to overboard for blue red prowess and have my opponent end up being Storm. Although we have so much, we got the prelates. Explosives can stop goblins. Yeah, I'll just side as if they're blue red prowess, which is this plan. Which is really not that bad either. Could be rhinos. Can't be rhinos that cast Serum Visions. Yeah, we got a new mic last week, I think. I've seen this new edition on Grixis Lair's control. Really, I've just never really liked like the main deck discard spells in these decks, but seems fine. This hand's very good if we draw one white source. So I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan though. Oh man, yeah, mana and Bant always sucks. But it's usually not so bad. Oh come on, just like no functional hands. Just no functional hands, huh? I mean, if this is Storm, I mean this is like a good hand if we rip a land, but we might be on to game 3 soon. 2 very quick games. They thought scour me, weird champ. They also, of course, just sniped 2 lands from the top. Okay. The 6 had Breeding Pool Noble. Yeah, they also had like 2 islands and like double white cards. It was pretty non-functional, I feel. Corrupted Mind, 5 months, appreciate ya. They did bobble me? Oh, I see. I see, they're just playing Lantern Control. At least we know what they're playing. They're playing the Murktide Monkey deck. Thalia is very good against them. They bolt me? What a flex, golly. 8/8 Murktide. Alright, we can't actually draw anything next turn. We can draw birds and just jump block, but that doesn't get us really anywhere. Liquid Quick, thank you for your subscription. Glad you've been liking the stream, dude. Appreciate ya. So Sanctifier is probably, yeah, it's good against their Darcy's. Good against Darcy. I think I don't want the explosives against them though, and then I do want like 2 Teferi Time Ravelers. And then they're also not they're not playing actual lava darts, so maybe I want the bird back in here. Then maybe we cut the Maul. We do this. Seems good. -1 Stoneforge. Prelate is so good against them. I would mulligan this on the draw. I think we can keep on the play. -1 Stoneforge, minus the Maul. Ragnar, thank you for your tier 1, appreciate ya. Maul okay versus Murktide. It's okay, it's not good though. It's because like you're still just jump blocking with it, usually. Load Hog, thank you for your Twitch Prime, appreciate you, buddy. We're gonna get the floodplain here. Ooh, great draw. Kind of just like perfect draw. I'm planning on doing any in-person events. I'm going to the Hunter Burton Memorial Open. Why they thought scoured me again? Why? Opponent, you're a Murktide Regent deck. Stop. Yeah, I'm planning to go to the Hunter Burton Memorial Open. I haven't missed that tournament in many years. I don't know. I went to one F&M recently. I might go to one again, but it's gonna be kind of like a spontaneous, like when I'm free on a Friday night, when Esther's working, and when I have the energy. It's gonna be the 3 factors. I couldn't Dromoka's command that because they responded to the fetch, but I think I would still just play Prelate anyways. Oh, Blanchett, thank you for your 4-month resubscription. Appreciate you. This is like sweet. Have you played it before? Yeah, we played 1 league at this deck before on Monday. We did 5-0 with it, and this is just now we're running it back. We're running it back. So they're playing Murktide Regent. So I don't think I'm supposed to like stress out over Snapcaster Mage. They can't counter this Toski. They're paying costs. Please counter this Toski. Yes! I love it. Oh, let's go, dude. Oh, I love it. Dalton, 25 months. Love you, buddy. Welcome back. Oh, I love when that happens. Am I down on the Naya version? I think I like the Naya version. I'm just trying new things, you know. Oh, they found a braid though. Ragavan, Darcy. Yeah, we didn't have. Maybe I should have fetched a white source because now I can't also prelate, but this ended up being fine. Could maybe lose to Murktide. Murktide is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7. Return clock. It's an 8, 8. I'll scour themselves this time. Figured it out. Call me Lemon, 3 months. Appreciate ya. Took your Phoenix deck to my store's modern event last night. Had so much fun. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. That's a top deck. That is a top deck. But only opponent's 2 cards left in their hand though. Not out of it yet. They're dead next turn to like the equip plus attack exalted. Prelate only stops non-creatures, so you can't prelate on 8 to stop Murktide. Yeah, we've been pretty lucky today for sure. Been lucky like the last 2 weeks with our stream not crashing anymore. That's the most luck possible. They reveal lightning bolts. So now they're not dead to the equip anymore. No attacks, okay. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to equip here. They get to block, of course, but we just start to gain 6 life a turn. Lucky or awesome viewer suggestions. Maybe a little bit of column A, maybe a little bit of column B. Talk about both so we get a card. I don't know, I feel like maybe the life matters more. Maybe the card is good. We have a Dromoka's command to get the counter. We have got 2 Dromoka's commands in the deck. I guess we can, you know, if they have Snapcaster somehow, Endurance can get them. Oh, Endurance, very good against Dragon Rage's Channeler. A land to go prelate plus Endurance would be really strong as well. Although, now I think we'll end up going Thalia plus Endurance. Would I put it to 2 to stop a braid? I don't know. They just have so many 1-drops in their deck. But maybe we would. For now, I think we're just gonna, you know, get our double spell off and. Yeah, we're at 35. We're doing okay, even if they do like rip the braid off the top, I feel. Punish for not casting this Endurance sooner. This Murktide also gets a lot bigger. Our only answer to it is Ice. Oh, no, we have to Fairy Time Raveler. Oh, dude, Endurance is terrible against Murktide Regent. Red alert. Red alert. Endurance is terrible against Murktide Regent. We're still gonna do this, I think. I guess maybe I should have. It's just 1 trigger each. Red alert. We're gonna move over here of a 7/7. It's not big enough to get through these regions though. Do we send with everybody? We send with everybody, we get to draw 2 cards. Yeah, seems fine. We're gonna block here. Probably chump block endurance. They don't they go to 1. Kind of aggressive. 2 lands kind of stinks. Do we name 1 or 2? 2 shuts off our Dromoka's command. Let's name 1. I'm shocked they didn't jump block with Ragavan. So they're dead to an Alpha Strike here. It gives us the GGs. That was a match. That was quite the match. 7-0 with this deck now. Killing it this week. Last week too. Snap keep. Went to your first modern local tournament. Got swamped. Had a great time. This dude got me to modern, give him a preview card. Thanks, buddy. We'll get a preview card when we get one. There's no rush. I'm not going anywhere. Temple Garden on white is maybe Enchantress. Maybe Heliod. I think I'm gonna go Prismo plus Thalia. You could go Stoneforge Mystic. I do want a Prismatic Ending this, either way. This is more mana efficient next turn. Go Thalia plus activate. My very first modern match was a Blue-White Miracles mirror. Yikes. It's Heliod. So, I mean, I'm gonna Kaldra. And then I guess I'm gonna Ice-Fang. Thalia is not too relevant this turn. GG Vaga, yeah. Toski uncounterable. Pretty relevant. Heliod kind of seems like it's back on the menu. I've been seeing it pop up more and more. Our Heliod matchup's probably not that good. Crap that they could block this. And Prismatic Ending helps a lot. Dromoka's command. Oh, we have a Dromoka's command in our deck. That card's really good against Heliod. Oh, I shouldn't have cast this yet. They might have attacked. What am I doing? No, I need to cast it because of Heliod's trigger. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. I'm gonna play Thalia Geist. They do get to make their champ bigger. They get to gain a lot of life. Yeah, I agree that Heliod is like really primed to make a comeback. So this does shut off Coco for their next turn. Opponents said they just missed the block. I don't, brain farts happen, right? Are dead to Spike Feeder. Are dead to Ballista though. Sad. I feel like Cephalid Constable is pretty good against them on the play. Don't want these Thalias. Don't want the Prelates either. I could maybe leave in like 1 Prelate and name 4. We can play the Teferis. We can play the Feast and Famine. I think going more on equipment is fine in this matchup. We could maybe play some Explosives. Explosives is not that good against them though. Play an Endurance. 3-4 lines up pretty well against their creatures. You can play a second Prelate on just name 4. You can just play 1 Endurance. Probably a bad matchup, but Dromoka's command helps. Prismatic Ending helps too. Isn't Heliod counts as a creature, so Prelate doesn't stop it? Yeah, Prelate is gonna name 4 to stop Collector Company. I'm not sure if I said something to imply something else. EE on 0. It's just like not that hard for them to play around that because they get to see the EE in play, They can often go off in response. I'm gonna keep this. If we rip a land, we have like an insane hand with turn 2 Constable into Dromoka's command. We also have, you know, turn 2 Ice-Fang to try to cantrip into a land, or we can even Dromoka's command to like kill a Utopia Sprawl or Arbor Elf that they have on turn 1. So like I keep this. The upside's really high, and I think I tend to like keep really high upside hands on. Oh, I should maybe got Breeding Pool though. I tend to keep really high upside hands in matchups where I don't feel that favored. Yeah, so wait, they lit on Horizon Canopy, so they almost definitely don't have a forest in their hand, right? It's not. Hoping to dodge Skyclave here. Honestly, if they don't have Skyclave Apparition, I guess they can have Ranger Captain to block the Constable, but I think this is our best foot to put forward here. Turn 2 Constable on the play. If they have Skyclave, we're also just, you know, still playing. They do have Skyclave. Bummer. So here, I think I'm gonna go Ice-Fang, fight Arbor Elf. Gonna feel bad if they have Heliod and we can't make them sack it, but I was under the impression that they were land light because they played Canopy on turn 1. Maybe they just hit their lands like we did. We also kept a 1-lander. Fuzzy Noodles, 5 months. Welcome back. Appreciate ya. I'm gonna block. I'll take a. This is just way more damage to have the 3/3 instead of the 2/2. Keep 1-lander. Draw 4 lands in a row. Can't be too upset about that. Pretty sure we play Skull here. Skull's pretty good against another Skyclave too. I mean, not that this is bad. Yeah, this keeping the illusion token is also way better against like just like regular Ballista here. Yeah, I wonder if I'm really curious if my opponent also kept a 1-lander and just ripped 3 lands in a row like we did. Be kind of funny. Yeah, I don't feel like their Skyclave attack was very good. They maybe were like pretty afraid of the flyer with like Exalted. But it let us attack through the Ranger Captain pretty well. There's Ballista, 4 other cards. One of those cards is Heliod. Alright, 5 lands in a row. Fine. We really have no room to complain. They should have to block here, right? Because they have the Canopy. And then we're probably just dead to Spike Feeder. We don't have Outs to Infinite Life. And if they're making this jump block, I just like have to assume. Yeah, that oh I see. They're pathing their own Ranger Captain so that they can go for the Ballista combo next turn. So maybe they just did have maybe they just did have lands the whole time, right? They must have just had lands the whole time. Why did they lead on Horizon Canopy then? Maybe they didn't, I don't know. Maybe they're hoping to top deck the land again. They would not have kept Arbor Elf Horizon Canopy. Well, then at the very least, it was incorrect to lead on the Canopy, right? Like you should lead on the fetch first. But also my opponent just, I don't know. What a weird game. What a weird game. Okay, on the draw, I'm thinking I'm a bit more scared of Coco. I think I'll play a Sanctum Prelate. Yeah, that was a really, really weird game. I don't think we get Mulligan to turn 1 bird. Their opponent sees Cephalid game 1? I don't think so. But a Moles to 5 on the play. Maybe we will emerge unscathed from what is probably a pretty hard matchup. We've got, like, I mean, Prismatic Ending and Dromoka's command do help a lot, though. This guy claimed it endgame 2. I don't think game 1. I mean, they needed to hit like exactly. If they didn't hit Spike Feeder there, they were dead. I think they just like realized that and scooped, right? But they did like not. It didn't seem like they thought about it too long. Do we Prismatic Ending Utopia Sprawl? This is like this is a very difficult decision because we can Prismatic Ending the Sprawl, set up for Stoneforge next turn into Geist, or we can go Bird into ending Stoneforge. I think I'm just gonna Prismatic Ending. Yeah, especially with them being on the Maul to 5, just getting like a good one for one here is great. Man, I love being able to do this. Just like so many times you'll have your removal spell against Heliod and they'll play Sprawl instead of Elf, and you're just like, well, that card 1/1 Ballista? Weird. Toski, good. What are we gonna get? We could get Maul for our Geist. Get Feast and Famine, which is maybe... Yeah, let's get Feast and Famine against their mulligan. Cephalid Constable. Not at its best here, perhaps. Maybe we could have played Geist this turn. I think I like doing Bird, activate Stoneforge, though. Please no baseless accusations of opponent stream sniping. It's not the channel for that. May 1,000 stream snipers go free before we accuse one innocent MTGO user. I can see like a jump block and a ping on the dork here. Alright, so I kind of expect a Coco this turn. Seems like they just drew a land, they shocked, so they're gonna go 3-drop, 2-drop. No, they're not. Why would you shock? They have Path as their last card? It must be Path, right? Well, I think I'm supposed to play Toski first. I don't think I'm supposed to play around it. Okay, just shock for no reason, sure. So Heliod off the top gets us pretty bad, huh? Don't have enough blue to cast Constable, which is maybe we should have just tried to prioritize getting Constable down so that way we could bounce a ton of permanents next turn. Not sure. Are they dead to my Geist? I don't think so. I'm going Stoneforge, equip Sword of Feast and Famine onto Geist. Or I could get Maul. Got the Kaldras in my hand. I'll get the Maul, but I think this turn I'm just gonna move the sword over. To draw 2 cards, get to untap our mana, but we probably still just lose the top deck Heliod still. Why not Kaldra move to play the Kaldra? We don't have enough mana to do that. Oh, Stoneforge in the Kaldra that's in our hand. Yeah, that's maybe better. I mean, yeah, it's maybe better. It is fine, too. That could be a huge difference. Next turn we could maybe Kaldra plus Maul. Go down to 3. Just go Hierarch plus Constable. Lose to top deck Heliod, and not really lose to anything else, probably. And we could have instead of casting Toski into Geist last turn, we could have gone just Constable to like bounce all their permanents, which just gives them one less look. So possibly could win if they Heliod here. They draw Canopy, so they get a rebuy. They're not slamming anything. I think it seems like they bricked. Maybe they could have maybe drawn Path. I'm gonna Maul the Skyclaves, the Constable, activate a Stoneforge Mystic, just attack with everybody. Pretty sure we beat Heliod. We can't beat Infinite Life. How do we beat Heliod? Let's go. I don't want to math, I'm probably dead. Love that attitude. 3-0? We're 8-0 with this deck overall. Crazy. Turn 2 Constable, Maul. Hell yeah, if only we were on the play. Good hand. This is our third Steam Vince matchup this league. Why don't we play Skyclave in this deck? I mean, you could play Skyclave. You could play Skyclave. Skyclave is also like worse if you don't play main deck Teferi Time Raveler and Wall of Omens and Ephemerate. Those are 3 cards that all make Skyclave a lot stronger. And this deck plays none of those cards, so I think that's important to remember. That to maximize Skyclave, Teferi Time Raveler bouncing the tokens, Wall of Omens blocking the tokens, and Ephemerate, of course, just flickering, all like really powers up. Another blue-red monkey. I think we have to Prismatic Ending here. I'm gonna get Temple Garden so I can cast Ice-Fang, or maybe I should have gotten Fountain actually. Probably should have got Fountain. Opponent probably doesn't have another land if they play an islet. I guess they could have another islet. Seems like maybe they just drew this island. Another monkey. And a pass. Might get monkeyed out of the game. I haven't played against Rakdos Monkey yet, no. Not with this deck. Is there a blue-red Kiki list with the Recruiter? I was kind of thinking about that this morning, like Aether Vial, Recruiter, Exarch, Kiki Jiki, maybe a couple of other value creatures, and Snapcaster too, and then but also being like a control deck with, you know, counter spells and charms could be good. Kind of like an Eternal Command style deck, but I'm not sure. Like, you know, I've stolen enough Aether Vials with Archmage's Charm and like Vial and Snapcasters to feel like maybe there's something there. All right, we're not down for the count yet. One's only got 1 card in their hand, so if they brick pretty hard and we draw a land, we get to go put in Batterskull, fight Batterskull with Ragavan, gain 4 life or 5 life, then start tripping in, maybe Maul the Skyclaves the Batterskull. Kiki Monkey Moon seems playable. Yeah, maybe. You could also maybe play Ragavan in the Aether Vial Kiki Blue Moon deck. I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna fetch now so I don't get my floodplain. We already beat this matchup once this league. Might take an L here. Exile Hallowed Fountain. They bobble me. We need them to be just out of gas completely. I mean, yeah, we can't even beat counter spells. Another iteration is not definite gas. What about a Royal Scion and a blue-red Ragavan deck? There's probably not room. But I do like the Royal Scions as a card. It's very difficult to brick when you get to cast double iteration though, and we need to draw land. We did draw the land though. Oh my gosh. Don't give me hope, opponent. Don't give me hope. Oh, we're still dead. No, no, no. So this is a 6/6, not an 8/8. But they can just have counterspell very easily. Oh, spell pierce. It's brutal. Alright, we do get a lot of good cards post board. So I don't want the... I think I just gonna... I might play some Geists. But I think this was my sideboard plan. I think that this is probably the best configuration. Maybe I want the third Toski. Probably do. Yeah, I think this is good. Do I believe Ragavan will be banned? No, not really. Not anytime soon. I really severely doubt it. A deck tech for BCS. Keep. Don't have a green-white snowland, but that's okay. Just main phase Ice-Fang maybe next turn. Play around counter spells. Yeah, I've been liking Geist in this deck. I feel like Geist is like reasonably well positioned in Modern for the first time in a long time. Who's my favorite player and who's my favorite builder? I don't really have many favorites in anything in my life, you know? I'm more on like a like/dislike system. Am I writing a red black guide for CP Pro? I have written it. I submitted it yesterday, this morning. But yes. I think my opponent has a counter spell up here, huh? Nobody knows Toski can't be countered. Oh man, they start there. Nobody knows Toski can't be countered. Nobody knows Toski can't be countered. Okay, this is a braid. Never mind, never mind. Fair enough, fair enough. This happened earlier, someone counterspelled their Toski. And now they have Delirium, but we've got Prismatic Ending for Channeler, thank goodness. I am pretty scared of another Murktide though. That could be Gus. I mean, I don't feel like Gus is that good against us. Maybe they know about the Toskis, though. They probably do. They have Murktide. It's gonna be a 6/6. The card is so good. Blue-red Delverless Delver. So I was putting this deck together, and we're gonna be playing, I think, it later today. One thing is I was playing 19 lands, 4 Darcy, 4 Ragavan, 4 Murktide, 4 Archmage Charm, trying to figure out exactly what you're doing instead. Oh, I'm not playing any Serum Visions. I think that Thought Scour is going to enable Delirium well enough for you that you don't need to play Serum Visions. Like 12 cantrips is, in my opinion, too many. So that's like, so yeah, I'm up to 19 lands, 4 Archmage's Charm, no Serum Visions. I don't like the sideboard. Borrower, I don't like the Aria Flames that much. I actually think Alpine Moon's better than Blood Moon, because you mostly just want that card for Urza Saga anyways. Shattering Spree, I think, is a bit worse in these variants than maybe Vandal Blast because of the amount of islands that you're fetching usually, but that might not end up being that big a deal. We'll see. Alright, so we need to draw Teferi Time Raveler or Ice-Fang, and I need to do it quickly. Alright. Brick? Kind of. Yeah, I really dislike the borrowers. I feel like they're just like not good at any particular matchup, just not a very efficient sideboard card. Alright, we're probably dead if they're bolting me. I also really dislike the Fiery Islets and the Archmage's Charm versions too. I just wouldn't play those. Okay. Picked up an L. Fortunately. Don't gaslight me, chat. Keep this. We're probably supposed to put back one of our 3-drops. We put back Dromoka's command. Let me maybe just do that. Yeah, Murktide is really, really well positioned. Do you think Cephalid is good, better than Skyclave, or do I play it as a meme? I'm not playing it as a meme. I do think that it's good. Not playing it as a meme. I believe that this deck needs cards like Cephalid Constable or Force of Negation to interact with like its really bad matchups, like, you know, Titan combo decks. Like, this deck is really going to struggle without either counter spells or a card like Cephalid Constable, and so we're playing Cephalid Constable. They take the Prelate, it's fine. Or the Geist, it's fine. Leave us with Prelate. We have another one. Good choice, opponent. They've got a lot of 1-drops in their deck, though, usually. What do we name with the second one? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Also, always awkward to mulligan against hands like this, right? Sanctum Prelate is only non-creatures. Solitude's also 5 mana. I'm gonna name 3, I think, for like Liliana. Probably, I mean, we could just draw Prismatic Ending the token, and have a chance. Ugh. Too little too late, I think. We can double block Grief. Block here. Survive. Visual land ending. Is that better? Is that better than this? I don't know, maybe. Doesn't have trample? Yeah, but trample isn't we go to 2 here with this block. We have to block here or we die, but we don't die with this line. And now we could just draw Prismatic Ending and survive. But we also unlock maybe a lot of cards in their hand, I don't know. Alright, so if they trump block, we lose. Do we? No, we could block. Yeah, we die exactly because of the trample. Oh, they have Batterskull, okay. I guess that could have been a bluff, huh? There's no way that it was. Constable seems fine. They don't have too many blockers. Play these 2 fairies. Got the Thalias, maybe. Maybe Thalia's fine. Prismatic Ending is probably a card we could trim on. Actually, Prismatic Ending seems like really bad against them. I guess it's Stoneforge Mystic, but it hits the living in weapons, but it just like so many other guys are like Solitude Grief. They're so expensive. So much mana. Geist has been pretty good. I think the card's like decently well positioned. Cut Prelate. We can trim Prelate, I think. Do you want Feast and Famine against them? Probably not. I'll play 3 Prismatic Endings, 3 Prelates, 1 Thalia. Thalia's a bit worse also with Arts of Fairies post board. This hand's great. Do you want Constable this matchup? I think so, yeah. Their deck is not very good at blocking, I feel. At least on the play. We might board out the Constables on the draw. Yeah, Constable's bad against like specifically red decks, so I feel like actually shines in like almost in most other matchups. Like here my opponent just like can't play a creature, or I guess they can chump block with their creature, but they're just gonna have their board bounced. Yeah, they just have to chump block. Oh, we can although we could just Teferi bounce their Stoneforge, bounce both their lands. Furphy, thank you for a Twitch Prime subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. Game. Oh, we have Maul too. Oh, I guess I forgot that like we should have got the extra damage in. I was just thinking the second hierarch didn't matter that much because they only have 2 permanents to bounce. Yeah, just missed a point of damage. It's fine. Just tilt them, right? That's the real play. Tilt them. But on the draw, Constables could be a lot worse. I think maybe I'll trim one for the 4th ending. Yeah, but Constable I think is really good. It's a very polarizing card, but it helps you a lot in your bad matchups. Yeah, well, Dromoka's command actually command maybe is bad in this matchup. Is command bad? I think so. Yeah, the idea behind command being good is Urza Saga, but it's also good against the red decks. It's just a solid card all around, I feel. So we can play the 4th Prelate again. It's kind of slow on the draw. Endurance any good? Blocks Solitude pretty well. Grief has Menace. Play 1 command. If a Pride Mage instead of Thalia, I don't think Pride Mage is very good at the moment. That card's like really mana intensive. I know that it has Exalted, but Thalia is also good in the metagame, good in the stack. You have to keep this hand. But also keep 7. Good start. They have their Kaldra. We have to now draw either Prismatic Ending now or it's a Fairy Time Raveler down the line to beat that. Drawing 2 lands also wasn't very good here. Oh, no, why? I guess Prismatic Ending also deals with the token, but... Wait, what? To Geist? Opponent? And they're not activating Stoneforge? What is this? Oh, they must have Ephemerate, right? They must have Ephemerate. Yeah, that's bait right there. What do we get? That Kaldra? Probably. Kaldra is not going to see any play in Modern. Batterskull is just better. Reverse Thoughtseize bug seems to be the case. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, that's fine. There's also no reason for them to do that right now, right? They should draw and see if they draw or Malika Rebirth or Ephemerate or something. I mean, maybe they already had the Ephemerate, but we just get to Prismatic Ending the Germ now. Land is feels horrible though. We do, I guess, now have 7 lands in our hand to hardcast this Kaldra at some point, but it probably gets discarded to like Grief. when you fetch Maul, Maul is good with Toski, Geist, and Cephalid Constable, so usually when you have like one of those in play. Okay. Prelate. Am I gonna block Prelate on Plague Engineer? Probably not. Oh, I forgot to put Laris into my hand, yeah. Plague Engineer is good against us. We have a lot of 1 toughness creatures. Get a hat redemption. Toski! Hat energy, baby. Let's go. That's the real hat energy. You have a hat in mind, or do you want me to choose? Shark hat? You got it. That one's in reach. Yeah, imagine not naming Squirrel. Is it worth it to try to include Giganta? Not losing Prelate. I don't think losing Prelate's worth it. Or Constable. The 2 best cards. Giganta should just be free, though. That should just be every deck's companion. It should say, I'm just down to hang out. You don't need to build your deck any particular way. I'm Giganta. I'll hang out with anybody. I can't remember where this hat came from. I don't know if my mom or Esther. It was either my mom or Esther. I can't remember who. But it was a gift. Remember that. Alright, get some Kaldra going. You'll never be able to hardcast Kaldra. Well, it's also indestructible. It's not like Plague Engineer would beat this anyways. They should have made a companion that was a vanilla 3/3 for 3. Yeah, every deck should have a companion. Been saying this for months. The old activate concede. Good style. We're 9-1 with this deck. Didn't 5-0 this league. I'm gonna run it back though, I think. I'm liking it. And then I might play. I've got a Murktide Regent, a take on the blue-red Murktide Regent deck that I want to try out too. Ooh. Fancy Fury. But very, very strong start for this deck.